Imagine if you could dramatically reduce your risk of one of the most feared diseases of our time, cancer, with tools you can start applying today in your daily life. Here's a startling fact. According to the American Cancer Society, roughly 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. Yet, what many don't realize is that lifestyle and daily habits play a far more powerful role than genetics alone. This means that the choices you make, what you eat, how you move, even how you manage stress, can literally shape your cellular destiny. Here's what the research shows. Our bodies are constantly renewing themselves. Every cell in your body has a life cycle, and most of them are designed to repair damage, eliminate dysfunction, and maintain balance. But when chronic inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, environmental toxins, or lifestyle imbalances persist, these repair systems can falter, giving cancerous cells the opportunity to grow unchecked. The science is clear. It's not luck. It's patterns, it's habits, it's biology in motion. So how do we take control? How do we create an environment inside our body where cancer struggles to survive? That's exactly what we're going to explore. I've compiled 30 science-backed strategies, many from Dr. Eric Berg's protocols, combined with decades of behavioral science and neuroscience research, designed specifically for seniors and adults seeking to optimize their health. These are not abstract ideas. They are practical, actionable, and deeply grounded in biology. In this video, we'll cover the 6 most powerful concepts that underpin these strategies. You'll learn how to use your nutrition, movement, sleep, and mindset as tools to protect your cells. You'll discover the subtle but profound impact of stress hormones on cancer risk, and simple daily routines that support your body's natural repair mechanisms. By the end, you won't just know what to do, you'll have a clear, step-by-step framework to start reducing your risk today. Before we dive in, consider this. Every choice you make is a signal to your cells. Will you give them the environment they need to thrive, or the conditions that allow disease to take root? Let's explore the science and, more importantly, the tools that give you the power to decide. Have you ever wondered why some people seem almost immune to serious illnesses while others struggle despite similar genetics? One of the most powerful levers at your disposal is nutrition. Not just what you eat, but when and how you eat it. Here's what the research shows. Cancer cells thrive on sugar and insulin spikes. Chronically elevated insulin, which occurs when we constantly feed our bodies high-carbohydrate, processed foods, creates an environment where malignant cells grow faster. Simply put, you can starve cancer at the cellular level by strategically managing what enters your system. Dr. Eric Berg emphasizes a ketogenic or low-carb approach for adults in their 40s and beyond, particularly seniors, because it naturally lowers insulin and provides ketones, an alternative fuel that healthy cells thrive on, but cancer cells cannot efficiently use. Think of it like switching your home from using gasoline to solar power. The energy system changes, and cancer cells can't adapt. Studies, including research published in Cell Metabolism, show that intermittent fasting combined with low-carb diets can reduce tumor growth in animal models and improve markers of cellular health in humans. A simple tool to apply is intermittent fasting. Start with a 12 to 14-hour fast overnight. For example, finish dinner by 7 p.m. and have breakfast at 7 a.m. Over time, extending the fast to 16 hours can enhance autophagy, your body's natural process of clearing damaged cells before they become cancerous. Autophagy isn't just a buzzword. It's a fundamental repair mechanism that slows aging and protects DNA integrity. Ask yourself, how often do you give your body the chance to clean house? Next, focus on nutrient density. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, contain compounds like sulforaphane that activate detox enzymes in the liver and trigger cancer-suppressing genes. Berries, leafy greens, and colorful vegetables are packed with antioxidants that neutralize free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage DNA. Think of antioxidants as a fire extinguisher, preventing small sparks from igniting a cellular wildfire. Protein matters too. Adequate, high-quality protein from eggs, fish, or lean meats supports immune cells, including natural killer cells that patrol for cancer. But timing is key. Spacing protein intake throughout the day supports muscle health and metabolic stability without triggering insulin spikes. Another overlooked factor is hydration and mineral balance. Studies indicate that proper magnesium and potassium intake, coupled with adequate water, supports DNA repair mechanisms. You can implement this by drinking water with a pinch of electrolyte salts or enjoying mineral-rich foods like spinach, pumpkin seeds, and avocado. Here's an empowering thought. Every meal is a choice, and every choice is a signal to your cells. Are you giving them fuel that strengthens repair mechanisms, or are you feeding the very pathways cancer thrives on? Small, deliberate adjustments. Skipping that late-night dessert, adding a serving of cruciferous vegetables, or spacing protein intelligently, compound over time to create a cellular environment where cancer struggles to survive. Finally, remember, consistency matters more than perfection. Even if you adopt 1 or 2 strategies today, you're sending a powerful message to your body. Begin with manageable changes. Morning fasting, veggie-focused meals, or sugar reduction, and observe how your energy and focus respond. If this insight is helping you, consider subscribing. There's a deeper dive coming with strategies on movement and cellular repair that builds on the foundation we just laid. Your body is capable of remarkable resilience. Your job is to give it the right conditions to thrive. Have you ever noticed how even a short walk or light exercise can make you feel mentally sharper, more energized, and emotionally balanced? What's happening in your body during that simple movement goes far deeper than burning calories. It's actively signaling your cells to repair, regenerate, and defend against disease, including cancer. Here's what the research shows. Physical activity enhances autophagy, the very process we discussed with fasting, and stimulates DNA repair mechanisms. Exercise also boosts immune surveillance, the ability of natural killer cells and cytotoxic T cells to patrol for and destroy potentially malignant cells. In other words, every time you move, you're not just strengthening muscles, you're fortifying your cellular defense system. Studies in Nature Reviews Cancer and the Journal of the National Cancer Institute show that regular moderate to vigorous exercise can reduce cancer risk by up to 30% for several common cancers, including breast, colon, and prostate. For adults in their 40s, 50s, and beyond, the strategy isn't about extremes. It's about consistency and targeted movement. Strength training, for example, supports muscle mass and insulin sensitivity. Think of your muscles as a glucose sponge. The more healthy muscle tissue you maintain, the less sugar is available to feed cancer cells. Simple body weight. Exercises like squats, push-ups, or resistance bands can be performed in as little as 15 to 20 minutes daily and yield significant metabolic and protective effects. Cardiovascular activity is equally important. Walking, swimming, or cycling for 20 to 40 minutes, 5 times a week, improves oxygen delivery to tissues, enhances mitochondrial function, and increases the body's ability to remove cellular waste. Mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of cells, are also highly sensitive to oxidative stress, which contributes to cancer development. Exercise strengthens these powerhouses, improving energy production while reducing cellular damage. A simple framework for seniors or adults who haven't exercised in a while is the 3-2-1 method. 3 strength-based movements, 2 cardio sessions, and 1 mobility flexibility routine each week. Mobility exercises, stretching, yoga, or controlled joint rotations, reduce chronic inflammation, improve circulation, and enhance lymphatic flow, which helps immune cells patrol effectively. Another powerful but often overlooked tool is post-exercise nutrition timing. Consuming a protein-rich meal within an hour of strength training helps repair muscles and supports immune function, while avoiding high-sugar snacks prevents insulin spikes that could feed abnormal cells. Think of it as refueling a high-performance engine with premium fuel instead of junk. Ask yourself, how often do you give your body the signal to repair and defend? Even brief sessions matter. Research shows that cumulative minutes of moderate activity across the day, standing, walking, stretching, significantly improve metabolic markers and reduce cancer risk, particularly in older adults. You don't need to run a marathon. Strategic, consistent movement is enough to shift your cellular environment toward health. Finally, there's a motivational insight worth noting. The body adapts to what you do consistently, not what you do occasionally. Establishing a routine, even one as simple as a 20-minute morning walk combined with 3 weekly resistance sessions, compounds benefits over months and years. Your body literally becomes more resilient, more capable of repairing DNA, and more resistant to cancer-promoting environments. If this insight is valuable, take a moment to subscribe. Upcoming segments will explore inflammation, sleep, and stress, all of which interact with exercise to determine how effectively your body defends itself. By combining movement with other lifestyle strategies, you create a multi-layered shield that empowers your cells to thrive. Have you ever experienced that dull ache in your joints, brain fog, or constant fatigue, and wondered, could this be more than just getting older? What you're feeling may be a sign of chronic low-grade inflammation, a hidden factor that significantly increases cancer risk. Here's the science. Persistent inflammation damages DNA, disrupts cell signaling, and creates an environment where abnormal cells can thrive. Research published in The Lancet Oncology shows that elevated inflammatory biomarkers like C-reactive protein, CRP, are strongly associated with higher cancer incidence, particularly in adults over 40. Chronic inflammation is often silent. It doesn't always show up as pain or fever. Instead, it's fueled by dietary patterns, environmental toxins, stress, and even subtle lifestyle habits that accumulate over decades. Think of it as slow erosion inside your body. Each small insult adds up, gradually wearing down your cellular defenses. One of the most powerful tools to combat inflammation is nutrition. Anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, turmeric, berries, and omega-3 rich foods such as wild-caught salmon act like a protective shield. At the cellular level, studies in Nutrients and Frontiers in Immunology show that these compounds downregulate inflammatory pathways and reduce oxidative stress, supporting DNA repair and immune function. Conversely, ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, and vegetable oils high in omega-6 fatty acids act like accelerants for inflammation. A simple strategy is to replace one pro-inflammatory food with an anti-inflammatory option each day. For example, swapping fried snacks for a handful of walnuts or blueberries. Another, often overlooked contributor to inflammation is lifestyle stress. Chronic psychological stress elevates cortisol, which over time suppresses immune function and promotes tumor-friendly conditions. Research in psychoneuroendocrinology demonstrates that stress reduction strategies, mindfulness meditation, slow breathing exercises, or even brief daily walks in nature, lower inflammatory markers and improve immune surveillance. A practical approach is the 4-7-8 breathing method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, repeated 3 times, which can lower cortisol and calm systemic inflammation. Sleep also plays a critical role. Poor or inconsistent sleep patterns elevate pro-inflammatory cytokines and disrupt circadian regulation. A simple yet effective protocol is to aim for consistent sleep and wake times, limit blue light exposure before bed, and keep your bedroom cool and dark, supporting your body's natural anti-inflammatory and repair processes. Exercise, which we covered previously, doubles as an anti-inflammatory tool. Moderate, consistent movement reduces inflammatory signaling molecules, improves circulation, and boosts immune cell efficiency. For seniors or adults reintroducing movement, even gentle walking, stretching, or resistance band exercises significantly impact inflammation when performed consistently. Finally, environmental toxins contribute to hidden inflammation. Plastics, pollutants, and heavy metals accumulate over time and disrupt immune and detoxification pathways. Supporting your liver through nutrient-dense foods, hydration, and targeted antioxidants like glutathione precursors strengthens the body's ability to neutralize these threats. Here's a key insight: inflammation is not inevitable with age. By combining anti-inflammatory foods, stress regulation, quality sleep, and toxin awareness, you actively create a cellular environment where cancer struggles to survive. Ask yourself daily, am I fueling inflammation or fortifying my defenses? Small, consistent actions compound into profound changes over months and years. If this insight resonates, consider subscribing. Upcoming segments will explore sleep, stress, and environmental detox strategies, each working in harmony with movement and nutrition to give your cells the greatest chance of thriving. Remember, inflammation is reversible, and with deliberate, science-backed choices, you can dramatically reduce your cancer risk. Have you ever noticed how everything feels harder after a night of poor sleep? Your focus dips, your mood drops, and even your body's ability to repair itself slows down. What most people don't realize is that sleep isn't just rest. It's a critical window for cellular repair and cancer prevention. Research in Nature Reviews Cancer and the Journal of Pineal Research shows that disrupted sleep and misaligned circadian rhythms significantly increase the risk of multiple cancers, including breast, prostate, and colorectal. Here's why. During deep sleep, your body releases melatonin, a hormone with powerful antioxidant and tumor-suppressing properties. Melatonin not only helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle but also neutralizes free radicals, slows tumor growth, and enhances DNA repair. Shift work, late-night screen exposure, or inconsistent sleep schedules can suppress melatonin production by up to 50%, undermining these natural protective mechanisms. Think of it like a nightly repair crew. If they can't show up on time, small damages accumulate, eventually creating an environment where cancer cells can thrive. A simple tool to optimize sleep is circadian alignment. This means syncing your body's internal clock with natural light patterns. Morning sunlight exposure for 10 to 20 minutes immediately after waking helps reset your circadian rhythm, boosting alertness and supporting melatonin production at night. Conversely, limiting exposure to artificial blue light in the evening, from phones, TVs, or computers, signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. Nutrition also interacts with sleep. Heavy late-night meals or high-carbohydrate snacks can spike insulin and cortisol, disrupting the natural onset of restorative sleep. Consider finishing dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, and focus on magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, and almonds, which support muscle relaxation and nervous system balance. Temperature and environment matter. 2. Your body's core temperature needs to drop slightly to enter deep sleep, which is when growth hormone is released, another hormone critical for cellular repair and immune function. A cool, dark bedroom, combined with comfortable bedding, significantly improves sleep quality, especially for seniors whose melatonin production naturally declines with age. Sleep also intersects with stress management. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which disrupts circadian rhythms and suppresses immune function. Integrating a pre-sleep routine, such as gentle stretching, journaling, or the 4-7-8 breathing method, reduces cortisol levels, allowing the body to enter restorative sleep more easily. Ask yourself, how often do you prioritize sleep as a daily repair protocol rather than just downtime? Even small adjustments, morning sunlight, consistent sleep and wake times, limiting evening screens, have compounding effects over weeks and months. Studies show that adults who improve sleep quality experience lower inflammatory markers, better insulin sensitivity, and more effective immune surveillance, all critical factors in reducing cancer risk. Here's a motivational insight. Sleep is non-negotiable. It's not optional. It's a powerful tool for long-term health. By creating routines that honor your circadian rhythm, you are literally giving your cells a nightly opportunity to repair DNA, detoxify, and maintain balance. If this is helping you, consider subscribing. The next segments will dive into stress, management, and environmental detox strategies, both of which amplify the benefits of sleep and movement, creating a layered defense system against cancer. Remember, each night of high-quality sleep is an investment in your long-term cellular resilience and cancer prevention. Have you ever noticed how chronic stress feels like a constant weight on your mind and body? While the mental strain is obvious, what's less visible is how stress directly influences your cellular environment and cancer risk. Research in psychoneuroendocrinology and cancer epidemiology shows that prolonged stress elevates cortisol and adrenaline, which can suppress immune function, increase inflammation, and even promote tumor growth. Stress doesn't just affect your mood. It changes the biochemical landscape in which your cells operate. Here's what's happening in your body. Under chronic stress, your immune system's natural killer cells, the frontline defenders against abnormal and cancerous cells, become less effective. Meanwhile, persistent cortisol signaling increases blood sugar, promotes inflammation, and encourages abnormal cell proliferation. Essentially, chronic stress can quietly tip the scales in favor of disease. But the good news is that stress is one of the few cancer risk factors you can actively modulate through behavioral strategies. A simple and powerful tool is mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR. Techniques such as meditation, controlled breathing, and focused awareness reduce cortisol levels, improve heart rate variability, and strengthen immune function. Even 10 to 15 minutes per day of mindful practice has measurable effects on inflammatory markers and cellular repair pathways. Consider starting with a basic breath-focused meditation. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6, repeat for 5 minutes, observing how your body responds. Another effective approach is physical stress release. Moderate exercise. As discussed in Part 2, not only supports cellular repair but also regulates stress hormones. Yoga, Tai Chi, or simple stretching routines further reduce muscle tension and lower sympathetic nervous system activity, creating a calm internal environment conducive to cancer prevention. Sleep and stress are deeply intertwined. Poor sleep exacerbates stress signaling, while stress disrupts circadian rhythms, creating a vicious cycle that impacts immune surveillance. Implementing a pre-sleep wind-down routine, avoiding late-night screens, and practicing light evening meditation or gentle stretching are highly effective ways to reset both stress and circadian alignment. Social connection is another often overlooked modulator. Research shows that loneliness and poor social support increase cortisol and inflammatory markers, while meaningful interactions reduce stress hormones and improve immune function. Simple daily practices. Calling a friend, engaging in a hobby with others, or participating in community activities not only boost emotional well-being, but also create measurable physiological benefits. Finally, ask yourself, how often do you let stress dictate your cellular environment versus actively managing it? Even small, consistent interventions, short meditations, mindful walks, social engagement, compound to strengthen immune surveillance, reduce inflammation, and create a protective environment against cancer. Here's a motivational insight. Managing stress isn't about eliminating life's challenges. It's about choosing how your body responds. Every time you pause, breathe, or engage in mindful activity, you're telling your cells, we prioritize repair, balance, and resilience. Over time, these repeated signals create a robust defense network, reinforcing everything you've done through nutrition, movement, sleep, and circadian alignment. If this is helping you, consider subscribing. In the next segment, we'll explore detoxifying your environment and supporting liver health, the final layer in a comprehensive, science-based strategy to reduce cancer risk. Remember, stress management is not optional. It's a daily, actionable tool for long-term cellular protection. Have you ever thought about how your environment silently influences your cancer risk? Everyday exposures, from plastics and heavy metals to pollution and household chemicals, can overwhelm your body's natural detox systems. While we can't avoid every toxin, we can strengthen the pathways that neutralize and remove them, particularly the liver, which is the central hub for detoxification. Here's what the research shows. The liver produces enzymes and antioxidants that neutralize reactive molecules and facilitate the elimination of harmful compounds. One of the most potent antioxidants is glutathione, often called the master antioxidant, which protects DNA and immune cells from oxidative damage. Studies in free radical biology and medicine demonstrate that higher glutathione levels correlate with lower markers of cellular damage and reduced cancer risk. The good news is that diet and lifestyle choices can significantly enhance glutathione production and liver function. A simple tool is nutrient-rich support. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and kale contain compounds that stimulate phase 2 detoxification enzymes in the liver. Garlic, onions, and sulfur-rich vegetables also enhance glutathione synthesis. Adding these foods daily is an easy, practical way to fortify your detox pathways. Think of it as giving your liver high-performance fuel for cellular maintenance. Hydration is another critical factor. Water is essential for flushing toxins through the kidneys and supporting lymphatic flow. For seniors and adults with decreased thirst perception, a practical habit is to drink a glass of water first thing in the morning and before each meal, ensuring cells and detox pathways remain hydrated and functional. Reducing environmental exposures is equally important. Avoiding plastics containing BPA, minimizing processed foods, and filtering tap water where contaminants are present reduces the toxic load on your liver. Think of it like clearing traffic on a busy highway. The less congestion, the more efficiently your detox system operates. Supplements can be supportive, though they're not replacements for foundational habits. N-acetylcysteine, NAC, and milk thistle have been shown to support glutathione production and liver enzyme activity in controlled studies. If considering supplementation, always pair it with diet, hydration, and environmental awareness for maximum effect. Movement, as previously discussed, also aids detoxification. Sweating through exercise, improving circulation, and stimulating lymphatic flow enhances the body's natural elimination processes. Gentle sauna sessions, if accessible, further support toxin removal while promoting cellular repair. Finally, consider the behavioral side. Consistency and mindfulness matter more than perfection. Creating a routine, eating nutrient-dense foods, drinking enough water, minimizing toxin exposure, and incorporating movement compounds over time, dramatically reducing your cumulative cancer risk. Every small choice sends a signal to your cells. We prioritize protection and repair. Ask yourself daily, are your habits supporting your body's natural defense systems, or are you unknowingly adding stress and toxic load? By strengthening liver function and detox pathways, you create an internal environment that is hostile to cancer while supportive of repair and longevity. Here's a motivational insight. Detoxification is not a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. Signal. Every meal, every glass of water, and every step you take in movement or stress reduction communicates to your cells that survival, repair, and resilience are the priority. When combined with nutrition, exercise, sleep, and stress management, detoxification completes a multi-layered approach to cancer prevention. If this insight is helping, consider subscribing. You now have 6 science-backed, actionable strategies, a complete framework that empowers you to take control of your cellular environment and dramatically reduce your cancer risk. Let's take a moment to step back and reflect on what we've covered. Over the last several minutes, we've explored 6 science-backed strategies that give you direct control over your cancer risk, not through luck or genetics, but through the deliberate choices you make every day. From nutrition to movement, sleep, stress management, inflammation control, and detoxification, each layer builds on the other, forming a comprehensive defense system that empowers your cells to thrive. We began by examining nutrition. How meal timing, macronutrient balance, and nutrient-dense foods can literally starve cancer cells while feeding your healthy ones. Intermittent fasting, ketogenic or low-carb approaches, and anti-inflammatory vegetables create a cellular environment where abnormal cells struggle to survive. Every time you choose broccoli over a sugary snack, you send a clear signal to your body: repair and resilience matter. Next, we explored movement and exercise. Strength training, cardiovascular activity, and mobility routines don't just improve your muscles and energy. They enhance autophagy, DNA repair, and immune surveillance. Each walk, stretch, or resistance exercise sends a signal to your cells to repair and defend. Remember the 3-2-1 framework: 3 strength movements, 2 cardio sessions, and 1 mobility routine weekly. Small but consistent actions that compound into profound long-term benefits. We then looked at chronic inflammation, a hidden but powerful driver of cancer risk. By reducing inflammatory foods, managing stress, optimizing sleep, and supporting detox pathways, you can slow or even reverse inflammation. Every anti-inflammatory choice, from omega-3 rich foods to daily mindfulness practices, is a vote for cellular health and longevity. Sleep and circadian rhythm alignment are equally critical. During deep, restorative sleep, melatonin and growth hormone orchestrate DNA repair, immune defense, and detoxification. Morning sunlight, consistent sleep schedules, limiting evening screens, and a cool, dark bedroom create an environment where your body can perform these nightly repair processes efficiently. We then addressed stress management, a crucial but often overlooked factor. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, suppresses immune function, and promotes tumor-friendly environments. Simple tools like meditation, breathwork, social connection, and gentle exercise help regulate stress hormones and reinforce your body's natural defenses. Remember, it's not about eliminating stress entirely, it's about how your body responds. Finally, we covered detoxification and liver support. Your liver is the central hub for neutralizing harmful compounds, repairing DNA, and supporting immune function. Nutrient-rich foods, hydration, minimizing environmental toxins, and supporting glutathione production help create an internal environment hostile to cancer. This layer completes the multidimensional framework, each strategy amplifying the effectiveness of the others. Here's the empowering takeaway. Your body is not a passive recipient of fate. Every choice, what you eat, how you move, how you sleep, how you manage stress, is a signal to your cells. And when applied consistently, these signals compound over time to dramatically reduce cancer risk while enhancing overall health, longevity, and quality of life. Today, I challenge you to pick one actionable tool from this framework and commit to it. Whether it's starting an intermittent fasting window, adding a daily walk, practicing a 5-minute breathing routine, or incorporating more cruciferous vegetables into your meals, small, consistent actions are the cornerstone of profound change. If this content has helped you, like, comment, and subscribe. Join a community dedicated to science-backed strategies for thriving, not just surviving. Your body, your cells, and your future self will thank you. Remember, prevention is empowerment, and every choice you make today sets the stage for a healthier, longer, and more resilient tomorrow.